just 1 minute or 1 second. Love them and tell them that you love them.
That's beautiful. And yes, I can see how that would be a life-changing experience, seeing people basically living under their house because their houses were completely taken away. So it's been 9 months since the hurricane. And again, I know it's a big question. It's hard to talk about every inch of the island, but do you think that in general Puerto Rico is ready? We are now in hurricane season again, and actually in the news, I thought that I was going to live through a hurricane because there was one headed this way, but it seems to have been downgraded. But it's sort of like here we are again. It's hurricane season. Do you think that Puerto Rico is 100% ready for the new hurricane season that was upon us?
100%? No. And sometimes don't get deceived by the size of the hurricane or tropical storm or whatever, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know. It maybe have a lot of rain, and the rain can do a lot of damage. It maybe have some wind, something. You don't know. You don't know. The fact is that there's about a lot of people who are still without power, and it's being a very slow recovery, still slow. So we vouch for those people who doesn't have power in Humacao, Yabucoa, Naguabo, Adjuntas, some places in Barranquitas and Orocovis, and there's a lot of places too, but it's difficult. And when you have a storm coming and you don't have power, I don't know how can you deal with that. Of course, there's a lot of people who are prepared, who have mended the house and have overcome the thing, but there are people who haven't overcome what happened to them.
Yeah, as I was flying in, you can actually see some of the houses that have tarps, the blue tops. There are still a lot of houses that have the tarps, and if another hurricane comes, the tarps will fly away. So it's one of the things that people were asking me as I was coming to Puerto Rico is that people were concerned. The people in the States, all of our loved ones here, we were concerned for Maria, and people were concerned to know how is Puerto Rico now. So I guess the last question I'd like to ask is, what do you think the people have learned that can help them if we experience a new Hurricane Maria this season?
Well, we are more prepared emotionally and with knowledge of what is the worst that can happen. Of course, something happened and you don't know what's going to happen sometimes. But one of the things that hurricane brings is that a lot of people didn't know their neighbors. Right now, well, you know their neighbors. You have share with them the good things and the bad things, and that's important to share with your neighbors, know them, because they were gonna be the life raft, or you're gonna be the life raft for them. You don't know what's gonna be. It's like over there in the States they have the tornadoes. It happened in seconds, and then everything is gone, and you have to have a backup plan from here to there, what you're gonna do if that happens. Speak with the family, speak with your loved ones, and put yourself in a situation of emergency. What you're gonna do, what will be the things that you should do, and you should speak that with the young ones, the little ones, and the big ones. Everyone have to be prepared in when I was in Boy Scouts, I still have my knife because one of the things that it said is that be prepared. Whatever, be prepared. Don't let the emergency take you as you know without be prepared. That's my advice.
So, the last thing that impressed me when we were having our conversation is, how strong is the Puerto Rican spirit? During the time of the hurricane, when people were trying to, basically clear the roads and dig themselves out. I mean, they were people whose spirit never got broken, and they jumped aboard and they were helping each other and showing up to communities, with machinery to dig people out. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Let me tell you, the first no, that's okay. The first response was the community. They opened the roads by themselves before the municipalities and the army. They were open the roads by themselves. Of course, there were parts that you need heavy machinery, but people were strong. People were willing to work and to help each other.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I guess maybe the last thing that we could touch on, Orlando is a professor and he's an artist, performing artist. And so how has the hurricane life impacted the arts community?
Well, very, very strong because a lot of the places that we used to play, they are not there. A lot of budget that they were done for music and arts are not there because they are being used for the emergency. And with the very small paces that sometimes FEMA is doing to reimburse all the municipalities, they can't deal with the recovery, especially in the arts, which are very, 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 very great necessity for those people who are in great trouble. They need something to spiritually feel them, and the arts are the solution. It will give them hope. It will give them something to rely on and something to understand and think better. So the arts is one of the things that it shouldn't be caught up. We are very highly affected, all of us, the artists, because of the hurricane. So we are trying to recover about that.
Thank you. Yes, Puerto Rico is a culture. Puerto Rico has a culture.